No buy. Let's try it. For the month of March 2025, I've decided I'm going to do a no buy challenge. I've seen a lot of these going around at the start of the year as people do their New Year's resolutions, and I've decided I'm going to try it in March. Just a month where I buy as little as I can get away with. So they're called no buys, but you do kind of have to buy things to live. Groceries, gas, you still have to pay your utilities and rent, obviously. Beyond the bare necessities for life, I'm not going to buy anything else, right? I'll give myself a small allowance for eating out with friends because I enjoy going out with friends, but I don't go out with friends every night, so it's very easy to say, oh, okay, I'll go out with friends, say 5 times that month. So I'll give myself a $100 budget to that regard for the month. Beyond that $100, there's not a bunch of extra things I'm expecting to spend in the month of March, so it's not only a convenient month for me to do it, but it's also, a good time. Might as well not put this off. As part of that no buy, I still have to buy gas, I still have to pay rent and utilities and buy groceries, but I don't plan on eating out besides the 5 times with friends. And even then, I might not reach that. Depends on how often I go out with friends. One of the exceptions to this would be work travel. Right? If you have to travel for work, where you got to go across the country. Let's say you're going from New York to LA, and you got to be in LA for 2 weeks, right? Well, you kind of have to still buy stuff you're going to eat out. Most likely, you're going to have hotel rooms and all that stuff. But since all that stuff is reimbursed and it's not coming out of your pocket, it makes it, I think it's a-okay to still do that. Now, of course, if you don't have that travel, then you have to eat at home. You have to buy groceries. You do those things, but in my case, it means I put off buying entertainment. So that's no new video games, which is also convenient because I'm picking up Monster Hunter Wilds the weekend before March, the last weekend of February. So it's very convenient for me. Ton of people who play it. So, social activity that way. I know. And then beyond that, there's groceries. I have looked into like a meal prep service called Factor. This is not sponsored. I wound up getting a coupon that gave me basically like 50% off. I would not be using it if it was full price, but I'm giving it a try in February to see if it works. And if it works well, then maybe I'll use it in March to kind of keep myself from eating out. Because one of the things I find is, while I can buy groceries and cook a nice big pot of stuff and eat leftovers, after about 2 days in a row of leftovers, I really want to eat something else. So either I need to cook twice and have 2 different things of leftovers that I can alternate between, or I need to do something else. Or I need to do something else that gives me a variety in meals without eating out. So without the discount code, I don't think it would be worth it. It would still be much cheaper even with the discount code, it is cheaper to cook food at home than it is to buy this meal thing. But maybe the slight increase per meal will give me enough variety that I don't feel the urge to eat out. I don't know. We're going to try it. Keep the entertainment budget at 0 if possible. Keep the rest of my expenses to 0 or as low as possible, right? There might be something I'm missing, but for the most part, I don't think there's I don't have any reoccurring subscriptions at the moment. I don't have anything beyond rent, utilities, and gas and groceries. So I should be good to go for next month in that case. I invite you all to join me in this March no buy, see where we get, see how much money we can save to kind of restructure, see how much money we can save, see where you have issues, if you do, with spending, right? Is it that you see stuff and then, I want it? Well, maybe unsubscribe from those emails or stop going to sites or videos where you'll see ads for stuff. Use things you already own. If you have food in the freezer, use that. Reduce your grocery bill. If you have games or books you already own, read or play those. If you have old clothing that you haven't worn in a long time, and maybe you buy clothing, that's not something I do a lot, but if that's what you do, Maybe go through old clothes and wear some of those instead of buying new ones. I think a lot of spending is not only because credit cards make it really easy, but also because you're missing something and that kind of dulls the pain of whatever it is you're missing. So take this time to kind of explore why you're purchasing stuff. Why do you spend money? Most people are leveraged to the gills. There's a huge amount of credit card debt in the United States, so I think it's useful to take even a week. In this case, we're doing a month, but if all you want to do is a week, then by all means, join us for just a week and see why you're buying stuff. If you have debts, take the extra cash and pay them off. If you don't have debts, well, work up some better investments or put it aside for, some necessary purchase that's going to come up. Right? If you've got a car, cars break down, they have to be replaced at some point. So maybe you put it towards that instead. It's up to you. It's up to you. So, but I invite you all to join me for the month of March for a no-buy. I will post a brief update in each weekly video in March and the first video in April will be a retrospective on the month of March on how the no-buy went. I don't know if that'll be the whole video. If it went well, it might just be, we're great, going to continue it in the future, but maybe it'll be a longer video on that. Well, I look forward to seeing how low I can get my spending for the month of March, and I will see you guys next week in another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.